Hi, hello everyone. This is Shiva, Satya, Swaroop. Once again, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to explore a lot of questions and a lot of doubts that we will get over the period of time. When we'll see a kingdom, or when we see a building, or when we see a fort, eventually we will get a thought that why this empire has collapsed, why this king has got defeated. You got a doubt, right? Yes, of course, we all do. So, more than 2000 years ago, Chanakya, a poor Brahmin, who has accomplished a man, Chandragupta Maurya, to the greatest king of all time of the Indian history. So, how does he done it? Chanakya says the enemy is not always outside, but the enemy is your inner habits. That will destroy you as a slow poison. So let us try to understand what are those habits which will destroy us eventually. Let us try to explore it. Number one is the anger, the assassin of judgment. We all go through anger. We will think that anger is our strength in that emotion, but it is not always, because anger makes us surrender to our emotion and makes us literally unthoughtful about making a decision. Life is all about decision making. So when you use your emotions more than your thinking, then the lack of decision making will take you at some point where the defeat is inevitable. How many kingdoms that we have seen, how many emperors that we have seen, with anger they have ruined the kingdoms, they have ruined the decision making, and their armies were completely demolished. When we see students with anger have ruined their life, their careers, and also a lot of relationships are also getting destroyed because of anger. So the anger management is much more important trait in an individual. In this future, in this era of Gen Z, it's not about the persons who have more emotions. It's the person who masters the emotion will win. Number two, laziness. Laziness is the death of the potentiality. As we go through that, a lot of failures, but more than failures, laziness kills our ambitions more, because most of the people that think that what happens in one day, what happens in 1 week, what happens in 1 month, and what happens in 1 year. But laziness is one of the smartest and the slowest poison ever that you're gonna think. That you will think that laziness is, it's everyone had that. So what's wrong in it? But what happens in laziness is that every individual goes through it, that it will create procrastination in our mind. It will start creating nerves according to that, and our brain literally don't go and fight for the solution. It always thinks about the procrastination and try to suspend the actions that we need to take. So that is the reason laziness is the slowest poison that will kill us in a smartest way. So the thing is, one should never fear about the failure, but one has to fear about the laziness, because motivation doesn't come from your speeches or the words, but it will form through the actions. Number three is the bad company, the invisible architect of your future. We will think what happens, my friends are these ones. What happens, my mates are these ones. It will have the invisible power, because subconsciously our brain thinks like the person that we are surrounding around. There is a statement that show me your friends, I will say your character. So if your friends are celebrating their excuses, then you will also eventually give excuses on your work. If your friends are celebrating their wins, celebrating the growth, then you will eventually give and get your growth. So the thing is, the surroundings, the environment that we are living in will have an impactful thing on our head and your brain. So the things that you are looking at, which will have a subconscious power in your brain, which will make you to choose your path. So it is so important to choose your relations, to choose your partners at the right way. There is a saying that we can't choose our relations, we can't choose our mother, father, but we can choose our friends. So choose smartly. Four is the pride, the disease of the successful. When you get a success, not one but everyone will go and sit on the mountains. So what will happen at that point of time? We will just forget our grounds, just forget our basics, so that it will eventually cause another failure for us. So it is so important that not taking the pride of yourself for small successes. Yes, of course, the world might call you the master of your actions, but always remember, the master is mastered only through actions, day after day. When you think of the eagle, eagle always looks forward for the next hunt, for the next prey, but not always thinking about the prey it has already done. It always focuses on the next target. On the same lines, one has to target on the next target, so that the failure is never be close enough to us. The success is inevitable when we are doing our basics right and doing our things which will made us to be successful. 5. Revealing your all secrets. Now of course revealing all your secrets will eventually cause you the greatest failure of all time, because when you try to expose your ideas, try to expose your secrets, then people are not always fair. They try to disturb you, they try to irritate you, or they try to distract you. Because always remember that a seed grows always in silence, but a tree falls with noise. So that is the smaller thing, the smaller wordings, but we have to understand the lesson from it, that the silence brings a lot of construction into our ability. Small things, seed by seed, inch by inch, will try to develop in our way, so the growth will possibly grow faster when we are silent. But when we are violent, or when we are so noiseful about the success, for the small successes that we're gonna get, that will get us into the toughest of the toughest things. Because in Indian culture we will say nazar lag jayega. That is the main feature that we should not encourage as a person who wants to be successful. 6. The useless arguments, the trap of small minds. When was the last time that you're arguing about your decision making, about your goal, or anything that is so personal to you with someone who never understands you? It's quite often, right? But one should not do it, because small minds, or the people who doesn't understand you, there is no need of saying about your validation or saying about your thoughtfulness. Because the more that you're gonna think about more that you're gonna argue with someone, that creates a negative exposure to someone who never understands us, right? Because the goal that you're saying, the thoughts that you're gonna have, the actions that you're making are so indifferent with the people who are far away from saying it. It is so important as an individual to concentrate on yourself and to concentrate on your thoughts, which are so positive and which are so indeed your favorable actions, but not on the decisions of the people. Always remember that a lion does not always seize back when a dog barks. So it is always important to be lion in life, but not thinking about the dog barking or any unusual sounds which will disturb our mindsets. 7. living without any purpose. This is the last one, but the most important one of all. Because when you don't know the goal, exact goal that where you're gonna reach, it will create you discomfort, or it will make you comfortable while you're sitting, and it will kill your hunger to reach the goal. You never know where or which direction that you are going. You will be always in a confused state, which will create distractions and also make you lazy in all different corners of the path. So left, right, and center, one has to think about the goal, where he trying to reach precisely, which will give him a lot of hope, confidence, and also solution for all the problems. Without that, even the smaller of the smaller problems will become much more bigger, when you don't have a clear goal in mind. All these things, the eras have changed, the empires have risen and fallen, the technologies have risen, the people have changed, the generations have changed, but the 7 truths of Chanakya are never meant to be changed. Because these are the inner traits of the human: anger and laziness, procrastination, all these things, which will make a person weaker or stronger, in which manner they are using it. These are the swords. Is it the sword is trying to kill others, or is it trying to suicide yourself? That is the clear and the main point. So one has an individual always try to think about these 7 points and doesn't try to make these 7 points as his weaknesses. It is always important, to be strong, to be powerful, and to be concentrated on your life all the time, irrespective of the circumstances, irrespective of the individual or the mentality that you are in. So signing off, Shiva, Satya, Swaroop. Hope you enjoy the video.